It's the freeze?
No, both live.
Alright. First and foremost, we give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakwaha, Rakah Kodash. Alright, governor and our apostles and our elders, salutations to the brothers that preach and teach the truth in sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Alright, and shalom to the extremely awkward that listen in silence.
Sincere one.
Sincere ones, right? So this is Trinicam, the brother visiting from Barbados. Right? You know, we just doing an impromptu video is not really impromptu, but you know, the brothers fellowshipping, and you know, we're doing this video together. Today is first topics we have at hand is this homosexuality, this abominable kingdom that we live in. You know, where they pushing this homosexual vibration, which is against the order of Yahweh Shai. We have other various topics in between. Alright, so I'm gonna read anybody have a scripture to start off with? Alright, I'll go ahead and read the article and then we'll flow from there. Alright, this is an article from I think it's rescuechristians.org. Right? It says the government of Madrid declares that all Christian schools must push homosexuality on their students. Alright? It says the Christian Cifuentes Cuencas, the president of the Community of Madrid, Spain, has announced that the curriculum for all middle and high schools, as soon as those for primary schools of the region, are currently being modified to include the country's new LGBTI laws. I'm saying I, right? This means that the government of Madrid will be forcing private schools, that means Catholic schools as well, to submit to the homosexual agenda. The regional government of Madrid made the announcement in a press release dated February 27 after its last meeting. It states that the new guidelines will be applied in all levels and formative stages and will be of mandatory fulfillment for all the educative centers, with sanctions for schools that fail to comply. 10 of Spain's 17 autonomous communities have already implemented LGBTI laws, and it is expected that changes in schools' curriculums of those regions will soon take place as well. Right? You can bring in precepts.
Got something here. This is Luke 8 and 17. It says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad." Right? So the most I see you can discover Esau wickedness. Right? Which is nakedness. Right? And this is what the most I do through his men. Right? Discovering Esau wickedness. Right? This homosexual vibration that pushing in the land. Right now he's telling you that basically he's telling you that your children will be faggots. Because we as parents on this side we have no authority over our own children. Right? Esau own everything. Right? So basically he started, you know what, in the future, yeah, this happening. We can teach children how to be faggots. And nothing you could do about it. And that's how dread this devil is. Right?
And even they didn't even hide it, they declare it whole face. You know, they started teaching to these schools and all these storybooks, all these things. So there's Isaiah 3, verse 9. He said that the show of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare their sins as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have reward evil unto themselves. Yeah, so they reward evil unto themselves. But the Most High destroy a city for that same thing. Right? And they will be saying how the laws done away. Right? And I have to fall into destruction, they despise the Most High law. And saying gay couple can enter in the kingdom, that is wickedness, that is wicked as hell. These pastors are teaching that. Right? And yet all people can't see that the so-called white man is the devil. This man changed the Most High laws.
That's right.
You know?
That's what it is.
Hey, if it is you are a human being living right now, and you cannot see that the so-called white man is the wicked one, you're lost. Alright, because all the legislations, alright, all the laws that the so-called white man passing are against the laws of the scriptures. Alright? The so-called white man are against the words of the Most High. You understand? Because hey, that LGBTQ, that is homosexuality. The scriptures speak about homosexuality in the law, it is a sin. Abomination actually. Alright, and the Most High have no part in abominations.
Yeah.
Alright?
And I will show you how simple you people are out there. You people will get happening in front of your eyes, but yet still you condone it by saying, well, they have nothing to do directly with you, so they ain't bothering you. You know, they ain't bothering you, so it's okay. Get Proverbs 17 and 15 for it. Just quick, Proverbs 17 and 15. Because you all are wicked also for condoning something like this. Because the Most High know with that shit. Go ahead.
Proverbs 17 and 15.
Yeah.
He that justifieth the wicked,
Can.
he that condemneth the just,
Yeah.
even they both are abomination.
Yeah, because what they do, all they condemn the just. The just is the people who speak against it. We speak up against that kind of we detest that kind of behavior.
That's right.
Right? And all they speak up against we for speaking up against it. But all they justify by saying, hey, it had nothing to do with me, or they could go ahead. You know?
Okay.
You finish up that?
Even they both are abomination to the Lord Yahweh.
That's right. You are abomination to the Most High. Most High ain't dealing with that shit, yo.
That's right.
Well, let's just speak this
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
This is Sirach 15 and 13. He said, the Lord hated all abomination.
Lord, you know what?
All abomination.
Not some, all. Men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women, men sleeping with other men's wives. All that's an abomination. Most I say he hated, right?
He said, I got to it. Right? He said, and they that fear Yahweh love it not.
And they that fear, which is who? The men that pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. Right? They are the men that they detest that kind of behavior. Right? And
Yeah.
some
They don't keep the laws.
God, the man that keep the laws.
Yes, it's Romans 1 and verse 25. It says, who changed the truth of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai.
Yeah, who did that? Who did that? Who changed the laws of your Abashim or Shai? Right? And push that lie on people for them to accept it. Because this is how the human mind is. The human mind is like this. When they see something being portrayed in the society over and over and over and over, your mind is begin to accept it. And that is witchcraft too. You under witchcraft and you ain't realizing, hey, you're conforming to things of this world simply just by looking at these. If you don't have a spirit of discernment, you're not supposed to watch these things. It carries that spirit, the spirit is strong. You do have that spirit of discernment. You're supposed to have a spirit of discernment. You know what I mean? To rebuke these things. Go ahead.
That was the point there.
Go ahead. Read it over.
Come. Romans 1 verse 25. Who changed the truth of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai into a lie.
It's a lie. That is a lie. We are standing for that. We're not accepting that. You know? Go ahead.
It's Romans 4 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
It says, because the law worketh wrath, for where no law is, there is no transgression.
Go ahead.
Alright, and the so-called white man understands that. Alright, that's why he loves to have our people live lawless lives. Alright, so that they'll continue in their transgression. Have them believe that the law done away with, so that they'll continue in transgressions. And they will accept transgression, they will accept the sinful way of living.
Yeah, so push that thing on the society. Push that philosophy.
And you know the Most High got touch me because the law is given unto we. Right? So you know the Most High got touch me when we break the law. When we transgress, because remember, he show he would unto none of these nations, but unto Israel. So them know it's no sin for them, but it's no law for them.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, I thought that.
Yeah.
No.
Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree righteous decrees, that great grievousness.
Right, our righteous decree is what? On just law. If there is an unjust law, the Most High said, he said to go out in the world and procreate. Right? What you do, you actually change the law and that is wickedness. The scripture says, in Romans, who changes the truth of the Most High? And in every society, we know that when you have homosexuality in a society, it breaks the society down, it breaks it down.
Diseases.
It causes diseases, it less children being born. That is an evil spirit straight out, yo. Yeah, God. That is an evil spirit straight out. And it's yes, you, as many lawyers, you're supposed to be vexed with that. You're forcing an agenda on the people. You're supposed to spark in there and say, hey, this place is wicked.
So now the children, you receive no.
God.
The children know you at work, you don't know you son or daughter, you see it.
And all they do that maliciously, and all they do that with a minor, all they did it slowly, all they went along and took out RI out of the school system. So the children no longer will be seeking for the Most High, no more.
Like I said, it's too. You see, imagine, Lord, we know it's our agenda. We're not even to devices. Because one of your plans is to depopulate, right? Because one of your commandments is maintain population under 500 million.
That's right.
So homosexuality is one of your ways to depopulate, right? The Most I said replenish the earth. When checking you replenish me to a full. Like me to full. How are you going full? It's true a male and a female.
That's right.
Right? Yeah, go ahead.
2 Corinthians 2:11.
Yeah.
That Satan we should get on the advantage of us. We are not ignorant of his
Son.
devices.
Yeah, we know this devil devices.
Yeah,
we know your tricks. And we know your tricks through the spirit of Yahweh. I'm not from our pastors and elders at Great Millstone. And the men who Yahweh Hashem wake up to preach and to destroy you spiritually.
To declare.
Right? So, yes, to declare your wickedness too. Right? I can say you got something?
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, really?
Right? I want to read a little bit more the article. In humanitarian class subject will also be introduced in all of the region's public and private schools called respect and tolerance. Hey, and no respect and no tolerance and no homosexuality.
Right.
Right, because according to Leviticus chapter 18, it says that, if you give me Leviticus 18 chapter verse 1,
Do you want 18 and 1?
yeah, start at 1.
Alright. Leviticus.
That's a pet peeve. So that's a pet peeve of mine. You know, to see how Esau, he has no mercy towards the children. That he's going to allow this sort of maliciousness to be in schools now. Right?
But the Most I say, but the Most I say is a man of fierce countenance. He will show no regard, neither to the old, neither to the young. Right?
Start at 18:1 to 4.
This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 1. He said, And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua speak unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, your power. Verse 3. After the doing of the land of Egypt, wherein he dwell, shall he not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, where I bring you, shall he not do.
Right, after the doing of these heathen, we're not supposed to do. Right, so this homosexuality was originally with Ham. Right? So Ham went and his father Noah nakedness, come back and report it. Right? And they push it on, they carry it on to who? To Esau. Right? Go ahead.
He said, Neither shall he walk in their ordinances.
Neither shall he walk in their ordinances. Because we have the ordinances of Yahweh. Right? or the ordinances of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, if kept, would make us in favor of Yahweh Hashem. Right? And that's what the time of repentance is about, to make yourself favorable in His sight so that you shouldn't see nothing. That is what being in favor will make you wash away your wickedness. Alright? The wickedness of your sins. Right? You cleanse by the washing of the water of the word. That wash make you favorable in His sight. Right? Go ahead.
Was say, he shall do my judgment and keep my ordinance to walk therein.
Right, so you see, all this is vexation to the spirit because he saw this wicked ruler of this wicked ass kingdom, right? His ordinances is abomination to the Lord and abomination to us. Because we know we can't bring up our children in this place. That's why, hey, actually we was some children on this side. You know? Understanding the scriptures correctly, we were supposed to wait on the Lord. Because now is not the time. What we were really supposed to do on this side is what? To prophesy. We were raised up. The Most High raised this one of salvation. His voice, his mouthpiece, his prophets to prophesy on this side. His coming. Or our Savior, Yahushai. Right? This is not the kingdom. So you know we had to make some of our word of our already bad situation. Right? But it's even more terrifying. Because hey, how the hell they can be at peace in this place? Anytime them celebrating Passover as doing something fun. There's not something fun we mourning. This fucking place, you can't send your children to school. Because the homosexual spirit is being condoned. It's being uplifted. It's being told that it's right. It's not right, it's wrong. It's an abomination. But
yeah, back in Leviticus chapter 18, verse 4, he shall do my judgments and keep my ordinance to walk therein. I am the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh power.
Alright, hold up right there. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 28.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. You can keep that up. Call out there. I want to
You see what I say right there?
yeah, say right there. We have more missing out there. Right? Because this homosexuality is a plague. You know, this is what you sort of think. Hey, you can't be at peace in this kingdom. You cannot be at peace. You cannot be complacent. We have to cry out. And those who not crying out, they complacent. Go ahead now.
Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 28. It says, observe and hear all these words which I command thee, that it may go well with thee.
So the Most High say observe and hear. Right? One of the words that the Most High speak is not to be a faggot. Right? It's not to accept these things. The Most High said put them to death. Right? Let the blood be upon them. Right? Go ahead.
That it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee forever.
Forever. So this is what you're supposed to teach your children. You see that behavior, you see the morally low behavior, right? The shameless, disgrace behavior. That's not how a man's supposed to be. A man not supposed to lust after another man. Right? That's not the spirit that you're supposed to be. And the spirit is spirit of death. Right? And the Most High gonna put these home. The Most High gonna put you faggots to death.
Yeah.
The Most High gonna go on a killing spirit, you faggots, and you lesbian.
That's right.
It's just a matter of time. Right? Just a matter of time. You got something in it?
Yeah. I'm ready. 2 Corinthians 12:11.
Done.
The word he places is plan, method, or trick.
Trick. And when you go back to Genesis 3, Most I see made the beast more substyle like any other beast. And when you go into the word stuff, then the craft, trickery. Right? And when you say we go into the day, you say what?
A plan, method, or trick.
Plan or method like trick.
Right. So going into the school is a plan.
Yeah.
It's a method of communicating that length. Hey, when you go back to the law, right, it says suffer not a whore or a sodomite. Right? So that what? We can cut that wickedness out. So we won't continue in Israel. Anybody can remember the scripture in Leviticus to bring it out? But the Leviticus. Yeah, go ahead out.
The one that you remember see another one. The one to the idol, past idols, with the idol. Don't worship other gods.
What verse you reach in Leviticus?
Oh, that's
18 and 1.
18 and 4.
Jump to 20.
Chapter 20?
Yeah.
This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 20.
Go ahead.
It says, moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife to defile thyself with her.
Go ahead.
And,
Thou shalt not lie carnally.
uh,
Salakia, it's not that one I want. Sorry, it's verse 22.
Verse 22?
Salakia.
yeah. This is
Leviticus.
Leviticus, that's the kind of exciting man. Hey, this Leviticus chapter 18 verse 22.
Come.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination.
It is an abomination. You understand? It is an abomination. It's not a right thing to do. Right? And hey, going back to it, it's a plan.
Right.
That you have these children, it's confusion. The scripture says Babylon. When they look at the word Babylon, go back to Babel, which means confusion.
That's right.
Right? It's confusion when you tell a child that, hey, you see those feelings, your feelings, John and Timmy and Jim, those feelings you're feeling are perfectly well. So right to love Jim, to love Tom and Ben. You understand? It's confusion they created in the children's head. You understand? Because it from the television and all these different programs come all the way up. They're setting in that you can choke up a top. Right? Because when I watch somebody, right, they have figures with the little cute voices, and what they're doing, they're gyrating and choking up their bottom, they're whining. Vibrational, right? So the boys going to do that, the boys doing boy cartoons, and boys going to do that to boys in the schools, right? And then when they like it now, and they speak about it, because children speak, children not going to hold it back, they have no shame. Hey, this is what the Elamite devil going to come in, right? But the plan, no, it's all right, well and good. They are devils with the witchcraft and with the plan and with the enchantments. That's what it is. It's a whole plan, right, to set the nation off. Right? Leviticus jump down to verse 24 about the shot.
This is Leviticus 18 and 24. It said, defile not yourself in any of these things. In all these, the nation are defiled, which I cast out before you. I read back again. Leviticus 18 and 24. It said, defile not yourself in any of these things, for in all these things the nation are defiled, which I cast out before you. So, as your brother was going into all your these kind of behavior was from the Canaanites, right? These Hamites, right? Just like Sodom and Gomorrah, right? So these the Most High was telling me, yo, these nations, this is the act of these other nations, and they're defiling it because it's wickedness, right? So the Most High tell me, yo, don't be in the behavior. The Most High give. This is why the Most High put a strict law in that. He'll put them to death.
Put them to death.
You know.
Yeah. You see what? Go ahead.
Judah chapter 5 verse 20.
You might let's speak about that.
Judah 5 verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people and they sin against their God, let us consider that they shall be their ruin, and let us go up and we shall overcome them. So the Lord able to keep us in sin. That's right. Voice of his plan. So they started young, and they're watching the doves to accept this whole agenda. And leaders know that if we sin against our Bashim Yahushua, we are not going to prosper and he will keep his wrath on us. Understand? If there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a report before all the world. So they know that if we turn back to our Heavenly Father, and we keep his commandments, and we have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that they're done. That they're done. They know that. That's where they got the entertainment. You know what I mean? The piano, the brother mentioned, the different pianos, the rap songs, the rap videos. You know what I mean? All kind of things that got the unique affairs. They know the homosexual agenda, which is being pushed very, very hard. They know that once we keep in this state, that then we remain on top.
But I said something like he's having in mind. He's having in mind Jeremiah 1, right? He's one the Most High destroy the whole nation of Israel.
That's right.
Right? So his agenda now is to make Israel go up and accuse accused us before Yahweh Hashem Yahweh.
Yeah. That's Revelation chapter 2, and it's going to be at 14. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast yet them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balaam to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication. So that's it. So it's a chain up. It's something that they learn from history, because Israel know our history better than us. The scripture said that they are wiser than Daniel. Right?
If he wrote the history books, right? You know, not to tell a lie, he must know the truth.
You understand? So Balaam taught Balak, hey, that these people are blessed, who the Most High blessed, no man can curse. Right? But if you bless these people, you can't curse these people, you have to bless them. So he saw what Balak tell him, hey, since you can't curse them, you need to do, you need to cast a stone in front of them to make them abominable, make them an abomination to the sight of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, their power. You understand? So that's what they to who the Magi and the Chaldees, the magicians, and they telling the Most High, hey, you see, look, this is who you call righteous, this is the people who you call the monument, the pride of the whole earth. Look at them, right? But the Most High, he knows your wickedness, right? So this is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 2. Declare ye among nations and publish and set up a standard. Publish and conceal it not. Say Babylon is still. Bel is confounding. Marduk is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north shall come up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart both man and beast. Right? Why? Who is Bel? Bel and Babylonian gods. They are idols. Right? But basically, they go to the Chaldeans to get power. They get power from Bel and from the demons upon these on the left hand side, Bel and Marduk, and they go up through the Chaldeans, and they go and they declare it unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Look at the wickedness. But guess what? They confounded, right? Because why? The prophets on the scene. The prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh on the scene, and we declaring Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is the Lord and power of Israel, right? And that all this idolatry has to come to an end. All this homosexuality has to come to an end, right? This next scripture for you. This is I'm going to go to Genesis. So like it, Genesis chapter 18, verse 20. And the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now, and I will see whether they have done what together according to the cry of it, right? Which is come unto me, and if not, I will know, right? So basically, the cry of the wickedness coming up to the Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, right? This place is going to be destroyed. Just like how he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, and literally just how, because he rained fire and brimstone from heavens, and now he's going to rain that same fire and brimstone, but in the form of an ICBM. The intense heat of that thermonuclear missile, right? Go ahead.
2 Peter 2, 4. For if the Messiah spirit of the angel that sinned, cast him down to the hell, is evident chains of darkness, reserved judgment, and spared not the whole world, but saved the one, a person, a preacher of righteousness. Now, that's what we are doing. You're preaching righteousness to the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem.
The prophets. It's very important that the prophets come on the scene.
Very important, man. Bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example of those that after should live godly, and deliver just Lot. And we're not coming in instead of Lot. Instead of Lot, looking to be delivered, right? Vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, and the vexed with the conduct of this world.
And the wicked, right? Go back to the Hamites, them. There is the wicked, and there's the brother bring until 50,000 earlier. Right? The Most High said, learn that the way of them. Don't walk in their ordinance, walk in my ordinance, which is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh ordinance.
Yeah, that they may live. That's the thing, when you read the scriptures, you have to tune into these key words, that they may live. The ordinances of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh brings forth continuity. The ordinances of the heathens bring forth sickness, illness. Wages of sin is what? Death. Right? And sin is what? A transgression of the law. You understand? So going contrary to the law of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh brings forth death. Alright? This is Alright, go ahead,
verse 8, for that which man dwelleth among them in seeing and hearing vex his righteous from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The whole topic is about the article, homosexual gender as an unlawful deed.
Right.
That's going to be judgment and recompense for that.
Right.
Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 18, and I will start at verse 3, because this is basically a different philosophy. Right? It says, for all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, that ye receive not her plagues. Right? Her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh had remembered her iniquities. So, hey, all this is the sins, the transgressions of the laws, homosexuality. You have the next article?
That's something what should read earlier. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 2. Right, 2nd Ezra chapter 2 verse let's start at verse 7. No, start verse 8. He said, woe be unto thee, Ashur, thou that hidest the unrighteousness in thee. O thou wicked people, remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah.
Remember what the Most High did unto Sodom and Gomorrah. And if you don't remember it willingly, the Most High going to bring it back into you in live and direct in HD in 4K.
That's right.
By way of a thermonuclear missile.
That's right.
You're going to see it, you're going to experience it. The intense heat, the fire, the brimstone, the fear, the terror is coming back. Right? You all can't see it now. You all can't see it now. But take our word for it in the name of Yahweh, Hashem Yahshai. Nothing our name, nothing we want. Because we are just the messengers. Right?
Notice how God is repetitive. Notice how God is repetitive, so you can't see you hear, you can't see when you're born.
Good. Verse 9. He said, whose land lieth in coals of pitch and heap of ashes, even so also will I do unto them that hear me not, said the Almighty Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yeah, so this is just on what you just now say there. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. It says, the thing that had been is the thing which shall be, and the thing which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Yeah, they're going to burn just how Sodom and Gomorrah burn.
That's right.
America's going to burn. The scripture said that there's going to be what? A lake of fire. That's the description that the Johnny Revelator gave. When the missiles hit, and each one of them coming up, is 200 million missiles. Looking down from heaven, they're going to look like what? A lake of fire. How a lake looks like when the water falling through, going through, rushing. Right? Tumultuous, turbid. All these mushroom clouds coming up. It's going to look like a lake of fire. But literally, it's going to be them missiles hitting. And them what do they call it? The nuclear wind. There's a wind when the missile erupt. There's a wind, a destructive wind that comes out. That radioactive wind. Yeah. You're going to see that. You're going to feel that. Right? That's what's going to happen to America and its allies. Right?
I'm going to say something. India had a nuclear missile. His name Aki. When I check up the word Aki, it means God of fire.
You see what important to get a word? See, wait, but they can't say what they didn't know. They can't say what they didn't hear.
I said, let me check this word.
We did discussing that earlier, no?
Yeah, I said, let me check this word up. And I go into the word.
Yeah,
God of fire.
That's right.
That's how they did it? Yeah.
It's Sirach chapter 40 and verse 9. It says, death and bloodshed, strife, and sword and calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
God.
Who's sake? The wicked sake.
God.
You understand? The Most High was a pursuit of that wickedness.
Yeah.
Right? And he's going to do it again, but this time through fire. Because he gave us the covenant that he's not going to do it by water again. That's the rainbow.
God.
The rainbow doesn't mean homosexuality. It doesn't mean LGBTQI and all that bullshit that they have, all these different acronyms. Like we was disgusted by a video that we saw with this fucking faggot changes do doing a sex change. Right? He did a sex change. And he's all pleased and he crying and he's all elated because he's not a woman. By genitals, but in a spirit is a man. He's a fucking devil, he's a wicked devil. And he's an Edomite too. You know? And the doctor that by the hands, they see that doctor that do that? Because hey, the scripture say why sell his soul to gain the world? Sorry, why
lose your soul
to gain the world? You understand? And for the love of money is the root of all evil. Because he didn't lose from his soul because he was at more by a parent. You understand? But it's really for the love of money. You doing it, you don't have morality, and morality goes back to the laws. Right? You're more by you don't have morality. Right? But nevertheless, you're doctors, you're false physicians. Right? Most will destroy you all too.
You can say something that comes, then you could be Isa and the spirit too. It look like one, but you could be Isa and the spirit too.
Yeah, then it's called when Alexander was going through, them was popping too.
I got something here for you. Hey, this is which one I can start with? Alright, I can start with Lamentation 4. You have that?
No, you want.
Lamentation 4, you can break down question. Lamentation 4:21. He said, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
Yeah, for all the righteous decrees we pushing the earth, right? For the rape, robbery, and murder of the children of Israel, because you touched the apple of the Lord's eye. You understand? So the Lord is telling you to look, rejoice now, get everything you get now, live lavish.
Done.
You know, do what you want to do, man. Do your heart's desire. Or you're gonna drink the same cup that we drank. But it'll be worse. 1,000 years. 1,000 years.
This is he said Nehemiah chapter 3 verse 4. He said, because of the multitude of thy whoredom, of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nation through her whoredom, and family through her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of hosts, and I will discover thy skirt upon thy face.
Hey, the Lord is see you private part basically, man.
Done.
That whole learn, that whole wicked, you saw it, this quote, I got to put scripture here.
Done.
1 John 5 and 19. And we know that we are of the Most High, and the whole world lieth in wickedness.
Done.
We know that we are of the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? Starting with the apostles and the others and the sincere men worldwide, right? And the whole world lies in wickedness. Why? Because you shall have the perpetually your lies, the philosophies, the wine, the doctrine, all over the world. And the simple that believe you is going to pass on and be punished according to problems, man. So we know that we have the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and they know all the lies vexed with the filthy conversation and the conduct. In Psalm 75 and verse 8, it says, for in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he pour it out of him, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. You see how this cup here in the liquid, the Lord got some of the mix, man. You understand?
The cup is 1,000 years.
1,000 years, you can drink the dregs. You're washing your car, you take shampoo, ring shampoo. You know what I mean? Until all that water come out. That's what happened to the nation of Israel. That's right. We're going to put scripture here, man. Deuteronomy 32 and 32 for the vine. It's a vine of sun.
Yeah.
Back in Deuteronomy 32. Verse 22.
Yeah.
For their vine is of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah.
Yeah, the vine, the conduct, the way of life. You see, the most I say Esau is a fornicator. You know, Esau outside there, Esau outside the temple. You know, he's a baseman. You know, Esau would pop anything. Right? So you find out what Sodom and Gomorrah.
You got videos, man, popping up muffler, man. It's a pipe. It's a pipe. It's a pipe. It's a pipe.
Yeah, the scripture said the Lord had made love for good spirit.
That show you that
Hey, you said that can be put too far. Then bring on our next article.
Yeah, you did something there. You finish there.
Habakkuk says he sold within a not
right. It says their grapes are grapes of God. Their clusters are bitter. So Esau's bitter, man. He let Lex Luthor Superman. That means touch death, man.
Because he's the average of death. That's who he is. You know, Esau is the perfect devil. You know, we hating you for being the perfect devil. No, we just letting people know that you the devil. Right now, they got repent and turn away from you. Right? You gonna be destroyed.
You can feel the wrath, the you're pretty, and not going to be pretty, boy.
His shield is a red shield, and red will look over crimson.
Done.
Means crying.
Red means blood, sin.
Blood, yeah, on their hands have a lot of blood. The earth has to be purged. Yeah, the earth has to be purged by blood.
Done. Sin. Job said sin is from his youth. And you don't pay for it yet.
He's only been over and actually quoted Habakkuk 2 and verse 4. Says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
He's a proud man. Right? He feel he's God. And my wife telling me today, she said, yo, the time changed back now. I guess I went to my mind one time, and you're 725. Yeah, because she telling me the time now changed back. Right? See, his soul a lit up in his voice. He's now upright.
That's right.
Right? He's a proud man. Right? Yeah, brother.
It says, but the just shall live by his feet.
The just is Lord, the man the Lord. I know these brothers in this room, they we hoping that we part of the just. God's willing. Right?
That was the thing we better earlier, right? All we got as men is faith. Because everything is against us in this society. And you see him white because we are of the Abba Shimei.
That's right.
So all we got is faith. That's the greatest gift. That's the greatest gift you can want in this wretched society, this wretched life, man.
A wretched life for real.
This wretched life, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, Catholic article from yournewswire.com. Alright, News Truth Unfiltered. Catholic Archbishop says pedophilia is spiritual encounter with God.
Alright, but because she asked somebody check out the word pedophilia now. She said pedophilia is what? You know, comes up what?
A spiritual encounter with God.
Right, so this Esau, you know, Esau is you can't. This is why the scripture said don't trust this devil. Right? Yeah, but it. That's it.
Pedophilia. It says sexual feelings or activities that involve children. Sexual perversion in which children are the preferred sexual object.
And that's wickedness. How are you gonna be attracted to a little child? And a boy at it too. Right? And these wicked and these demons be getting after with these crimes.
North American Man Boy Level Association.
Come.
Imagine that they got war, I got group North American Man Boy Level Association. Where their preference is
Little boys.
Yeah.
because when I came to
that make that peeve, boy. That make that peeve, boy. Boy, hey, boy. You care, boy.
You niggas want to mount for yourself, especially you wacky-tacky ass Christian, where you gotta love everybody. This man's a fucking devil.
That's right.
This man gonna come and fuck your little child. There's nothing you could do about it.
Hey, you know that these army, these soldiers, the army that get injections to keep down the sex drive. You know they know I have let loose. them busting your house, big man. But scripture says women can get ravished.
Yeah.
You understand? So these men go all out, big man.
These men, you men have get fucking
These children
rubbish.
go all out. They can take your wife in front of you, rape she in front of you, with children.
What the scripture say?
Huh?
Spiritually called Sodom and Egypt,
Just
right?
think it be real, B. These men,
Scriptures.
these men training for this day, B. Every day that they eat, agree for this day to come. When I taking the road anymore, send for a joke. Oh, look at them niggas on the street. Look at them there, look. Oh, look at them there, look. But the scripture says, when these things become to come to pass, you will know that a prophet has been among you.
That's right.
And the Lord is making you laugh, according to Job.
That's right. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8.
Yeah.
A dead body shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt,
Yeah. And
where
this is-
also our Lord was crucified.
Right,
Now,
this is
what's
it.
yeah, Sodom and Egypt. So what they did in Sodom? Let's go back to the story of Sodom. Right, this is Genesis chapter 18, and I will start at there. So Genesis chapter 19, I started at 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot seeing them rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, Behold, now my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night. They turned in unto and said, Behold, now my lords, turn in, I pray you, verse 2, right, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night, verse 3. And he pressed upon them greatly that they turned in unto him, and entered into his house. And he made them a feast, and did break unleavened bread, and did bake unleavened bread, and did eat, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, come past the house round about, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came in to thee this night?
Wow.
Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. And Lot was
So like, how they gonna know them?
sex, rape.
Yeah, that's how they gonna know them.
You understand?
But it show you, it tell you old and young, old faggots and young faggots, B.
And
You see them in society, you see old men dressing all the feminine, acting all the feminine, young men, you know, the same way. So that spirit back here, big man.
Come.
Yeah, go ahead up.
It says, And Lot went out the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have two daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as it is good in your eyes.
So that coffee, 240, that's 2 diamonds. You have to do whatever you want with them. And they refuse that.
You understand? Without the door, without the 50 shekels as is. Two free virgins.
It was made for that. Them was made to take
Yeah.
wood.
Yeah.
It says, only unto these men do nothing, therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. Right, so there's persistent faggots.
Push
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
thing too, that shows that that time they was pushing penetrate, they was pushing that homosexual thing.
That was them 5 cities.
Yeah,
Them
so-
5 cities.
And that is what coming to again, pushing that thing hard again. They're gonna come
Yeah,
to that.
it's up
So
there.
it's just that same spirit there again.
But the
You
whole,
understand?
but the whole of Babylon, the whole of the 2 states legalized. It legalized, so they're gonna push. So now the sort, I think it's, I can't remember exactly from a state, but they legalized pedophilia in a couple of states well. They could fuck little boys.
No.
Right? And you niggas still monkey yourself. Y'all love to say y'all trained to this school. They're gonna come home bleeding. And what the fuck y'all gonna do? Right? What y'all gonna do? When y'all get carnal, you're gonna put you to death.
Yeah, especially you women.
Right?
You women, right? You women that, you know, you run your mouth against your man warn you, tell you everything on. Right? When your son come home or you get caught at work, you need to come to the school in emergency. You see your son, you ask him. What you gonna do then? What you gonna do then? Son tarnish.
That woman will love them. They will say, they'll try to tell the man not to accept them. Because you accept them now, they still your son, you know. Because they're wicked, they're fucking wicked.
So, right, this is Hebrews chapter 12 verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Profane person of men, man.
Profane without the temple, outside the temple.
Nothing righteous in him. No kind of righteous thought in his mind. He's profane from birth.
You know? Hey, I got the word profane. Man,
Yeah.
it says I'm holy. Hey, right? No, I was created.
Moral.
Saw this
Son.
perfect devil, dude.
And right now I hear the female president actually, right? So they just following after the Babylon. Right? And guess what? That just when I'm bringing you after the Messiah, because the Messiah never ordained flicking homosexuality. Job 12:8 tell you, hey, ask nature and nature will teach you. You understand? You don't see a male lion going a hump an next male lion. Now you're seeing it with dogs. Because why? Because of chemicals and stuff that we so put in here.
I got picture for you. This is Ecclesiasticus 42 and 13. It says from garment cometh a moth, and from woman wickedness.
Yeah.
Right?
So guess what? Just like Esau, right? But just like the woman Esau also deals on emotion. You understand? Because if you watch certain movies, the reason why they call it a movie is it move your emotion. But when I was watching 100, and a woman she found a blade, right? Because some black man, right? The 100 based on a movie, a series where it had people in space because he saw done show he damaged the earth. So they came back and she saw the knife for the fella initials on it. And she came in, but they tell the woman, guess what? Let me ain't bring it out in the light yet. Let me find out if it's you. When I saw a couple people set up over the case, they hold him and they say, yeah, they have to kill him whatever the case is, because he killed the fella over the cases. But they beat him, they go to him, and all kind of thing. A little girl, a little white girl come out and come say she killed the black man. You understand? So that's just emotion. She just see, she didn't take time to judge the matter. Guess what? It could have been cases. She ran outside. I tell you damn bastard, you bastards, you kill whoever the cases. Anybody can get a hold of somebody else. You know, so the person I am. That is where we go towards, you know. He's so emotional that he so can't deal with love.
Most I call is a child. Right? The next one is this was verse 14. It said, better is the churlishness of a man. Right? Churlishness go back to a foolish man.
Yeah.
Right? It said, better is the churlishness of a man than a courteous woman. So better is a foolish man better than a courteous woman. He said, a woman, I see, which bringeth shame and reproach. You understand? Shame and reproach.
I got another definition for the word polluted here. I mean, profane. It goes to the word polluted, and it says, not admitted into the temple. You was reading Hebrews 12 and 16. There's no people that read it. But it was reading it out. Not admitted. The kingdom of heaven is for the children of Israel. That's right. Called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Not you, Edomites, you Moabites, Ammonites, Ishmaelites. It's only for the children of Israel. Like it says here, not admitted into the temple.
Because the Most High allow all the kingdoms to profane this kingdom too. They already spoiled this kingdom over here.
There, man.
And the other side, they have all the audacity kingdom.
Here and over there, no.
No.
Revelation 22:14. He said, "Blessed are they that do his commandment, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter through the gates into the city."
Those that do this commandment, not everybody. You know, all of them profane this place and all the animals that go off already.
As we was coming down the road, as we was coming in Salaka, as we was coming in here, I'm always saying, the Elam had all them different flags.
Yeah.
The rainbow flag, the rainbow flag, I say that Elam have pundits that effeminate. You know, when you watch somebody who goes at Elam, the bisexual or the transsexual, right? That's a damn. That look, if it look sharp, they look like a woman when they check that it's a man. You understand? Yeah, we talking about that.
Yeah, let me finish here. He said, verse 50. For without are dogs.
So you see, so keep his commandments, because what their commandments is what their dogs and what is their commandments. This homosexuality, this transsexuality, this humanism, this all this is perversion and confusion. Most of the stuff, when the 6 days, you should have said, and the Alahayim said it was good. It was good. If I'm not mistaken, anybody can look up the word good too.
Yes, that dogs, sorcerers, and homongers.
So all this street going into the schools and telling them that it is mandatory that it teaches homosexuality in the schools, pedophilia in the different types of things like sorcery. You go put magic upon the minds of the men.
My graduation, the principals, she's seeing, trained, operating in this. She wanted the parents, especially the born children. That was she said. The born children, especially the born children, because she's seeing something coming into the line. Homosexuality, boys, parents, warning parents. Born children, especially as an agenda to defeminize the boys. She cried on stage when she was giving that speech.
To the feminine.
She's seen
And you know, simple as what? You see this bottle of water here? It's because that bottle here. That's what it is, not the here. Programming, the whole vibration of the world is effeminating men. As we coming up here, we start talking about boys to men. Because the radio, no, someone's talking this bullshit. You know?
So it's make the boys. Because we see this insanity, you know that thing, David will look at these men like just chop off the head and break them spot. See all these men getting all effeminate, trying not to oh, baby, you leave. They gonna chop off these men's head in one shot, idiot. But hey, that was society.
No, I just want to bring something quick. Consider what you're saying with Israel making it in the kingdom, whatever the case is. And this piece of basically goes towards the 1/3. This is Numbers 23:21, right? It says, "He had not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither had he seen perverseness in Israel." Right? Because perverseness also goes back to the most. I have not saw these things in Israel, which is 1/3. You understand? It says Yahweh, his power is with him, right? And the Most High said what? To be their God, right? And the Most High is that consuming fire will cleanse the impurities out of the children of Israel. So the Most High will be cleansing Israel, but only the 1/3 it will that knowledge, and the Most High going to wipe out all uncleanness in the children of Israel. Because the scripture did say here, the remnant shall not do iniquity or speak lies. Right? So it's the remnant to come back, and Most High going to wipe out all uncleanness from Jacob, and Jacob is the one who going to inherit the kingdom. Right? It says here, how his power is written, and the shout of a king is among them, right? Which is Yahweh Shem Yoshai. But is Esau the opposite of the children of
the Most High.
Esau wasn't made to be upright, made to be righteous. These other nations, Esau is an example to the Israelites of how not to live. An example of ungodliness.
Go ahead. I have to set the back up there with that one. This is Psalms chapter 58, verse, I will start at verse 3. The wicked are exchanged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they born, speaking lies.
Speaking lies. Well, Cain, where is thy brother? I don't know. You know kill the man. Am I my brother's keeper? You understand?
So from birth, these devils, these
You see that? Yeah. In the scripture, see what fellowship and the sin already got.
Come.
Monument. Those are Israel was made to be monument. You see, because Isaiah 1, Most High called us.
You know the same thing you mentioned they just now. I make 3 sets of people, the righteous, the unrighteous, and the wicked. You understand? Now, we're supposed to be the example to the other nations of how to live. And Esau supposed to be the example of how not to live. You understand? And that's just the wisdom of the Most High. The Most High taught all the nations the thing at the same time by putting 3 sets of people on the earth. Most High taught us wickedness, as Eliyahu said, right? The Most High put us here to learn this wickedness so we appreciate what is righteousness.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord power commanded me that we should do so in the land you go possess. Therefore, and do them. This is your wisdom, your understanding in the sight of the nation. But the Lord didn't give you the commandments, the Lord didn't give you life, the Lord gave us life. When you see we used to be in awe. That's right. Jaws is to drop when you see how we moving, how we living. But no, you look in the fear and that's fearful city. That's it's a clap at the daughter of Zion. How you by your true ass, pop down by your ass, dance, cigarette, growing fame, brother, see another man, woman, you know the true half lane, double, you feel like click. Huh? This is
I could just back this up. This is Ecclesiasticus 17, verse 10 and 11, and the elect shall praise his holy name.
Right.
Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage.
Right. Luke 4 and 1. Right? The law is light. Right? The law is wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Our man supposed to be morally strong. Our man supposed to walk upright on his stool. Right? Upright. You know, that's how man supposed to be. He's supposed to be in a ruling mentality, ruling in righteousness. He's supposed to be speaking out on these wickedness. Right? This really Jake's supposed to do it. Against this wickedness. Right? But this really not doing. But the men the Lord do, because how Yahweh has he said good against evil. Right? And if you see anybody to break it down. Ecclesiasticus chapter 22 verse 30, he says, the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it as pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liking him best.
Yes, so yes. We from the earth, we is the clay. Right? And the Most High is the potter. The Most High could do whatever he wants to the clay. Right? And he could turn it on. The scripture say, I think it's that reading, right? Even the potter himself is the judge, right? One?
No.
That was something that earlier.
How about him?
You that earlier. That's right.
Yeah, the potter himself is the judge.
Yeah, but 14 said, God is set against evil. God is set against evil and life against death.
Hey, and that is why the nations, the self, that is why, hey, you cut a pit bull and you cut a Rottweiler, both of them bleeding red just like you. That's why all the nations, guess what, we will not, the Most High never made us to really be with each other, that He separate us up, each one in their own land. It are different snakes, they don't, from one different species of snakes to the next is fight. One species are apes, the next fight, baboon and gorilla don't mix. Chimpanzee does eat monkey, and all of them is ape, right?
Romans 9.
Battery.
And,
Battery on that.
Have not the father power over the clear, and the seal love, to get one vessel unto honor, and another unto dishonor.
Yeah, the vessel unto honor is the Hebrew Israelites.
That's right.
The children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
And the power of the Lord got the vessels unto dishonor, ruling over the vessels unto honor. You can imagine that? They smell you when you wake up, when you in the class and smell it, how you go and make you confuse it. I mean, take a cabin club. You know what I mean? Maybe it's Maybelline or wake up, you know, put on to try and look some form of beauty. Be naturally beautiful, man.
Yappa.
Yappa, man.
Because what? They're trying to hide themselves. Up to this day, they're not calling themselves Edomite. Right? Wasting away his heat. Because when you watch into these different makeup that they put in, like Maybelline and all these different things, they use stem cells and things to what? Regenerate the skin. So they're wasting away. But the battery's about to die. So the people are just having do a song up here real quick. I just want to run this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. There shall be no more of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. That's right. So we can never condone homosexuality in school, pedophilia in the church. Right? And that pedophilia in the church, right, the Catholic church, it was a key point because coming back to Thessalonians, the wicked going to be revealed instead of perdition, right? And then there's a scripture that speaks about the false pastor, right? There's the Catholic, starting out from the RC church. You understand? That we get all these different religions and different mixed down wines, right? Come stepping out of the Catholic church, Muslim, right? Christianity, and all these different things. Start from one Catholic, Roman Catholicism, the false pastor, false prophet, because what? The false prophet saying that what pedophilia is a way to feel what? The divinity of the Most High, to get that divine experience. No, that goes back into Egyptian doctrine, right? Where you get sexual magic from homosexuality, right? And that's the truth. That's the truth, right? So it's the same wickedness you're all doing over and over. Anybody only can win something because that is one that you
So I'm just in the chat with transgender, right? It's transgender. Right? Deuteronomy 23:1. He that is wounded in the stones or had his private member cut off shall not enter into the kingdom, into the congregation of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Therefore, that's all them Jake, especially the Jake homosexual transvestite. Right? You're not going to enter into the kingdom. And after that, in 1 Corinthians chapter 16. Right? While you're getting this, this is real quick. It says Psalm chapter 18 verse 13. The Lord also thundered in the heaven, and the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. You're going to burn, and we are his voice telling you, we are the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You're going to burn Esau, Edom, and your wicked ass kingdom. That's right. And all your affiliates, all these other nations that in support of this new age ship, this new world order, is abomination to the Most High, the Creator who found everything was good when he had a higher made it and said it was good. We were complete. Go ahead,
This is Malachi 3:6. For I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Yeah, we're not consumed. We're not going to be consumed by the fire. We're not going to be consumed by the second death. Right? Because we know it's a keep to the commandments. They are what's going to make us favorable. That is the grace. The commandments is the grace. Right? They're going to make us favorable in the sight of the Yahweh. Go ahead, Pastor.
Proverbs 8:36. But he that sinneth against me, longeth his own soul. All they that hate me, love death.
This is First Corinthians 11 and 31. He said, for if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But he said, but when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, that we should not be condemned with the world.
This is Job 6 and 29. Return, I pray you, let it not be iniquity. Yea, return again, my righteousness is in it. Right? Return to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai.
Isaiah 1 and 18. This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 18. It says, come now and let us reason together, said Yahweh. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool.
Lord is telling you, so-called Negroes, Latins, Native Americans, turn unto Him.
Married unto you.
Because come a reason, because the judgment to hit this earth not going to be pretty.
Fam, that's right.
And if you're under the banner of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, hey, all together.
In 1 Corinthians chapter 6, it says, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers themselves with mankind.
You forgot. Like speaking to you, Jake. That he said about the forgot. We're speaking to you, Jake, who want to follow this so-called white man, you know. Most I can put you out to death.
Horrible too. I come horrible death. You understand? Horrible.
Another say, if it has 6 million ways to die, the Most High knows 7 million ways to pray to the completion.
Unbelievable ways the Most High can put it as yet. The Most High say you can truly believe it.
That's right.
Right? So repent. Not because you're a faggot me, you can't repent. You can repent because you got to go into the scripture and tell you. Right? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Hey, it's Amos 5 and verse 14. It says, seek good and not evil, that ye may live.
Yeah, seek good. Seek good is what the word of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. You seek the way so a white man you can die. I'm Baba Kashah, go back in the question, 6 and 9.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9. It says, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves in mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai.
So these people, these attributes, these people who walk in these ordinances, most likely they are going to be cut off on the side. There's 2 toilet yards. They are going to be cut off on the side. But go to the next verse of the Apostle Paul says.
Verse 11, and such was some of you.
Yes, such was some of you. So you can repent. You can turn back. The Most High give you a way to humble yourself. When the Most High basically tell you is humble. You understand? Humble and turn back. Come out to the ways of darkness. Right? That's what they go to take on.
Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save, leading to his ear heavy, that it cannot hear.
Yeah, the Most High hand is not sure you can't save. And he is open right now. The Most High ear is open right now. And the answer, how we answer it out? The man, the Lord. That you see in the four kind of the globe, sound our apostles, elders are great and stone. Right?
Zachariah 12 and 10.
You got something else to say? You got something?
He was talking about the right now, because it was about repenting. I got that place where you put the open on us. These are 2 verse 8, 9 and verse 11. And they that have looted my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not and despised it, the same must know it after death by pain.
This is wacky ass Christians like to say the law done away with. The law is immortality. Somebody can give me that in Wisdom of Solomon 150, but because the law is immortality. The law is immortality, which is righteousness. So how we put on with righteousness? It's where the Most High can put you out to death. Right? That is righteousness. The law is righteousness. So you hate the Most High law. You hate righteousness.
That's right. Wisdom of Solomon
150, yeah.
For righteousness is immortal.
Immortal. Righteousness is immortal. Right? Yeah, but continue. Like say you hate what? You hate righteousness. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that point. The same shall know it after death by pain.
Yeah, we see shall not after death by pain, so you haven't know it.
Can't.
The most I can bring great misery upon you. 2 Corinthians 8 and 50, great misery. Yeah.
Can't. This is Zechariah chapter 12, verse 10. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and for supplications, and they shall look upon me whom they have deceived, and they shall pierce, and they shall mourn for him as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. So the Most High said for the spirit of grace out on the children of Israel and the house of David, right? The beloved, you understand? Because guess what? King David is the king, right? The Most High pour out what? That mercy, right? And that mercy comes through the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. Just like how the serpent was raised up in the wilderness for them to look upon, so Yahushua was raised up for us to have faith and believe that this was the Son of God. This was the one who died. This was the one who the Most High had brought redemption through his blood. Alright, so the Most High did pour out that spirit of grace, of forgiveness on the children of Israel. So yeah, you damn well have time to click and repent. People just make excuses and don't want to return to the Lord because they hate to be a Hebrew Israelite. Right?
If look at what the brother say, the word grace, the Greek word go back to was cherish, right? Which means favor. How you get favor in the sight of the Most High? You got to keep his commandment. That's how you show you will love him. That's right. And that's how you get grace. And the grace is a period of time to get your ass together. Right? Yeah. And the brother you do a video, it could be about a year back, and it could be less than that. It could be 8-9 months a year. He was just going to the internet and just typing in random names. And when he checking the video into the random names, the Most High videos right there. The Men the Lord videos right there. Right there. So you niggas have got no way to run. You have no clue for your sins. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, this is Proverbs chapter 1 and 22. How long ye simple ones will ye love simplicity, and the scorner delight in the scorner, and fools hate knowledge.
Yeah, they hate knowledge, right? Because there's a low to his law, they hate his law, right?
It's crazy. It's crazy. All we telling you, change your ways. Pretty good. Right?
Yeah.
2 more percent.
Yeah, something? Alright, close out. Alright, they say, right?
No, I do that.
Yeah, go close out.
Alright, but that video fan who sees it, giving all praise, honor, glory.
Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai,
Ba'asham, Rakah, Dash.
Honor all the church, the apostles, the elders, and the millstone. Shalom to the active worldwide, the are sincere, and serious to the will of Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai. That's right. Shalom, or what love of God,
What love of God.
Shalom.
to the elect. To the elect. Can't sit there and know it, man. Can't sit there here. We don't facts, we don't proof, we don't all the articles. You understand? So